Hello, and welcome back to our channel. Mexico City was our first stop. We arrived around 8 p.m. and headed straight to the hotel. We managed to have a light meal on the plane, so pretty much settled down for a good night's sleep as soon as we arrived. We didn't have many days in Mexico, so we needed to make the most of it.
Good morning, everyone. So today we are going to go and have some breakfast in the hotel, and then we are going to explore Mexico City.
We headed out to the city's main square, which was steeped in rich history. This grand square, formerly known as the Plaza de la Constitución, once served as the ceremonial epicenter of the ancient Aztec city of Tenochtitlan. Today, it stands as a testament to Mexico's vibrant past and dynamic present, flanked by the majestic Metropolitan Cathedral and the stately National Palace. Nearby is the Templo Mayor, which translates to main temple in English. This is one of Mexico's most significant archaeological sites. It offers a glimpse into the rich history and religious practices of the Mexican people. After that, we walked through the local streets and stumbled across a market. The market was vast and selling clothes, toys, technological devices, and many more things. It went on for miles. My favorite part was all the food stores. They were selling empanadas, tacos, quesadillas, fruit juices, and mango with salt. It smelled so good, and I loved it. We then took an Uber to Chapultepec Park. There was so much to see and do here. Markets, museums, and outdoor activities. You could easily spend a few days here. We decided to climb the steep hill to reach the castle. It was truly beautiful. The architecture just blew my mind, from the high ceilings to the stained glass windows. Over the years, the castle has served various roles, including a military academy, presidential residence, and observatory. Today, Chapultepec Castle houses the Museo Nacional de Historia, the National History Museum. We had a great time learning about Mexico City's history and enjoyed looking at the great artifacts in the museum. We were up well before sunrise. That's because we were heading to the outskirts of Mexico City, an area called Teotihuacan. This is one of the most significant archaeological sites in Mexico. The site is renowned for its vast avenue of the dead, which connects various structures, including the Temple of Quetzalcoatl. But that's not all. We were also extremely lucky to be getting an aerial view from a hot air balloon. This was our first experience on a hot air balloon, so we were super excited. The baskets were far bigger than I imagined, each held around 20 people. Takeoff was a bit sketchy, but once we were airborne, the views were spectacular. We stayed in the air for about 40 minutes before coming back down and having a customary glass of champagne. After this, we had a traditional Mexican-style breakfast before heading off to see the temples from the ground. This was a very cool experience. Being airborne made the temples look tiny, but from the ground they were massive. We joined a group tour and it was very much worth the local insight.
6 pyramids more. With the last one are 7 layers. In each corner we found 2 bodies. In total we found 45 sacrifices inside to that pyramid. In 2008 we made a sonar and we found...
Towards the end of the tour, we were taken into a cave and had a first-hand experience of a different type of spiritual reading. We headed home around 2 p.m. By this point we were exhausted. It had already been a very long day. We stayed in the hotel before taking a relaxing evening stroll. The next day, our last day in Mexico City, we headed out to Xochimilco, celebrated for its picturesque canals and vibrant gondola-like boats known as trajineras. Xochimilco's canals are the last remnants of the vast water transport system established by the Aztecs. As we floated along the canals, we encountered floating mariachi bands and vendors selling traditional food and drinks. Due to its historical and cultural significance, Xochimilco has been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The next day, we arrived in Cancun. We landed pretty late in the evening. We stayed at a hotel called Casa Tortugas. It had a private pool, a very nice apartment, free coffee, and wonderful views of the lagoon. As it was a self-catered apartment, we did a quick run to the shop for breakfast essentials, then went to bed. We woke up early the next day and headed to a nearby dock where we took a ferry to Isla Mujeres. This translates to Lady Island. The ocean was so clear and blue, it was absolutely beautiful. We decided to sit at the bottom deck as it was far too hot in the sun. When we arrived at the island, we were the first group of people to swim with dolphins. After our very cool swim, we had a lunch buffet and chilled by the pool. We also took a cheeky dip in the sea next to the dolphins. This was an incredible experience and would definitely recommend it. The next day, our last day in Cancun, we decided to take a walk into town and find some local food. We were at a very cool restaurant called Maxwell. The staff were beyond friendly, serving drinks on their head and dancing while bringing our food to the table. We then continued to do a little shopping before heading back to the hotel and packing our suitcases. The next morning, we woke up and set out for the airport, where we took a charter flight to Belize. I hope you've enjoyed our Mexico experience. If you want to see our Belize adventures, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching!